Haley, what's happening? You're on the air.
Good morning, Johnjay. I'm so concerned about the fact that you went from a very minor foot problem yesterday morning to a completely broken foot in a boot yesterday afternoon. What the heck happened?
I know. Can you believe? Right now, I'm sitting here right now. I have my foot is in a cast or a boot.
Unbelievable.
You know what? Kyle kind of called it too. Something that was going to happen was going to affect Schwanding today.
I mean, I'm still going.
But what if we have to run?
We're doing this thing after the show where Kyle calls it Schwanding, where the show's going to bond, show bonding. But yes, Haley. So what happened is. Haley, did you see it on social media? Yeah, you had to have seen it on social media. I haven't talked about it yet. So what happened was, my foot's been hurting me for like a week, and everywhere I walk, it just hurts. It hurts. So Grant diagnosed it. Grant on the show diagnosed it as plantar fasciitis. Turns out, when I went to the doctor, the foot doctor, they all say, "What do you think you have?" I said, "Plantar fasciitis," and I showed them where, and they said, "That's not where you get plantar fasciitis." And I said, "Well, Grant said that's plantar fasciitis."
He hosted a well-watched
Who's
YouTube.
this Grant character?
And they said, "Well, no, it's not." And so they made me stand up and do these weird poses, all the poses that I ask girls to do, and that they send me when they send me pictures of their feet.
That's so wrong.
Oh boy!
So I did all these poses, and then they did X-rays, and then they said it was kind of cool because this doctor's like, you might want to get an MR," and I was like MRI. And he goes, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Really? You can't say MRI? You got to say MR?" Then he said it again later. He goes, "So do you want to get the MR?" I'm like, "MRI?" And he's like, "Yeah, because you want to see your ligaments to see how your ligaments are torn." So, and he fills out the form. And he's like, "Here's the form for the MR." And I'm like, "MRI?" And he's like, "Yeah, okay." So I go, isn't MRI already kind of short? Like, I'm sure MRI stands for something.
It does.
Right? So
I don't know what,
MR, is it like you just can't, give me the eye, because it's driving me crazy. He's saying MR, I feel like something else. Like there's, how there's like a CAT scan and there's like a CT. And I thought CT is CAT scan, but I think they're two totally different things. So anyway, next door to the foot doctor is a place called Simon Med. And they do MRs.
You mean MRIs?
So I went in there and I got the MRI, and I'll be hearing from the doctor today. So apparently I have a broken foot.
What the hell? I've been telling you for years. You're slowly crinkling apart.
And I don't know.
Hasn't this happened before? Like you broke your arm, but you have no idea how you broke your arm. You broke something in your
my
sleep.
ankle. I broke my wrist.
Same foot?
No, I broke my wrist. I was boxing, and it kept hurting so bad when I was boxing, and I didn't know why, so finally I went to the doctor, and turned out I had a broken wrist. But I think I broke my wrist when I was skateboarding, showing my kids how to skateboard, and I wiped out. Now, I'm thinking that I broke my ankle when I was playing basketball over the summer in San Diego, and I rolled it. But I did learn a lot about my feet, because I have very high arches. And the doctor said, "Boy, you have very high arches." And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "I bet you roll your ankles a lot. I bet you've broken your ankles before quite a bit." And I said, "All the time." And he goes, "Yeah." He starts explaining my feet, because they're high arches, they lean out and they pop out this way.
Ooh.
So he looks at my inserts, my orthotics, and he says, "Those are terrible." And he's like, "Why do you?"
Yes, they squeak.
Yeah,
they are terrible.
We wrote a squeaky part. And then he said, "We're going to make you some new ones." So they design new ones. So the new orthotics are very expensive. So I order those. Then to go get the MR, by the way, the MR is $400, right? So I go get the MR. So then I got to get a boot, right? So the boot is $150. So I say, "Wait a minute. I broke my ankle not that long ago. I think I have a boot at home. Let me check." So my wife goes and looks. She goes, "The boot's here." I'm like, "Sweet, save $150. So when I go home, I make a little adjustment. Let me jump back to my father. My father is a guy who's very, I don't know if it's frugal, but he always tried to save his money. For example, he would take all his cologne and mix it into one jar, right? All cologne.
Still smells good.
He would use all hotel shampoos and stuff. That's what because he was a tour guide. He never bought shampoo. So I figure I'm just going to reuse this boot from the broken leg. But when I get home and I put on the boot, I realize, and I don't know if this matters or not, But to save $150, the boot that I have on my leg, I believe is a boot for the right leg. And this,
Of course it is.
this boot I have on is on my left leg. And I don't know. And so I'm just kind of like, and I posted a picture of it on Instagram, and I had a couple people say, that's a boot for your right leg. And I don't know if it's healing different or whatever,
boy.
but I don't want to spend $150 to get a left leg boot.
No. Why would
But
you?
what if it makes your foot feel differently?
I don't know. I don't know.
You already walk awkward.
But the foot doctor is an hour drive north of here. And the foot doctor's like, boy, you live far away. Why'd you come here? I said, because I heard you're literally the best foot doctor in the state. And he's like, well, I am. And I'm like, good. Well, I'm saving $150 by putting the wrong boot on my foot.
What the hell is wrong with you?
So now I have 2 left feet.
Like, even your body is high maintenance beyond demand. It's not just you, the way you order food and the way you walk through life. And all this time, I've been making fun of your strut, your walk. Turns out you've got a broken foot.
I have a broken foot. I literally have a broken foot.